Hey folks, I'm going to make some pickled red onions to go on some smoked bratwurst that I'm going to be cooking tomorrow on the grill. So my ingredients are simple. I've got one red onion and I'm going to cut it up into some little pieces and put in a jar, and then we'll mix up our brine and get it warmed up and into the fridge, and we'll leave them overnight, and these will be ready tomorrow. Just going to take these peels off. Alright, I've got my onion peeled, so I'm just going to cut it into some little thin strips. So now we've got the onion sliced up, so just going to put it in this little pint-sized jar. I think most of it will fit in there. Pack it in pretty good. There's that. Now I'm going to put about a tablespoon of peppercorns in there, and other than the brine, that's all that's going into these. Once the brine goes in there, those will kind of move down into the onions a little bit. So let's mix up our brine. I'm going to start with 1 cup each of water and distilled vinegar. I'm going to do a tablespoon of salt. This is kosher salt. And then a tablespoon of granulated sugar. I'm going to put this on the stove and bring it to a boil. This came to a boil and the salt and the sugar is dissolved, and that's all we were wanting. So I'm just going to pour this into the jar. Leaving just a little bit of headspace here. This is ready to go in the refrigerator to stay overnight. These will be ready to eat probably sometime tomorrow. I think they'll be good for several days, up to about a week, if you don't use them all at one time. I put a lid on these for them to finish cooking. They just need to come up to 160 degrees internally. While those brats are cooking, I'm going to make up a hot mustard, and I'm just going to put about this much yellow mustard in here. I'm not going to measure it. I'm going to use a pinch of this pepper, and you can use some pepper flakes or dry pepper flakes or some cayenne. Somebody that I go to church with makes that and gives it to me. I'm going to put just a little bit of brown sugar, about that much, and a little bit of hot sauce. You can mix this up any way you want, make it sweeter, hotter, more spicy, or less, however you like. Just going to give this a little bit of a mix. I took the bratwurst out of the skillet, and I put a few of these pickled onions that we made in there and just let them caramelize. Well, these are ready, so we'll go ahead and put our bratwurst together and top them. So let's go ahead and put this together and put our toppings on here. These are actually cheddar cheese brats, and we had these made from pork from the hogs that we had raised. So these are sort of homegrown. I'm going to put just a little bit of the mustard on here, and then I'm going to top them with some caramelized pickled onions. So this is just going to add to the flavor. A lot of different layers of flavor here. You're going to have tanginess from the mustard and from the vinegar and the brine that we pickled the onions in. A little sweetness from both, and then a little bit of spiciness coming in there from the mustard. Made a little bit of a mess of that. Alright, I'm going to try about it and see how it is. Man, it's good. Talking about a lot of flavor, the brats actually had cheddar cheese in them themselves. Then I made that spicy mustard, and then the tanginess of those onions, just something about them. I put them in the skillet with the drippings of the bratwurst and caramelized them just a little bit. Just loads of different flavors, just different layers. So that was a great way to do them. I actually had intended to smoke these bratwursts, but I couldn't get a break in the rain. So that's why our old trusty cast iron comes in handy every time. Speaking of cast iron, I just uploaded a video that'll teach you to clean and season your skillets. So if you're new to using cast iron, check them out. I also got a charcoal grilling course called Charcoal Grilling 101. I'll put the link to that in the description box below. Hit the subscribe button, watch a few more of my videos, and I appreciate you checking us out. God bless y'all.